Howdy folks, Jamboree here, and in this episode of Puppet Panic, I'm going to be talking about a movie that's been called the British Team America, Jackboots on Whitehall. In Jackboots on Whitehall, the Nazis invade England and take over Buckingham Palace. A farm boy called Chris bravely rounds his local community together, who all track down Prime Minister Churchill and plan a war against the German invaders. Oh man, this movie was a slog to get through. Its biggest problem? It's not funny! And that's the worst crime that a comedy can commit. Instead of keeping me consistently laughing, Jackboots on Whitehall just left me feeling sleepy from boredom. I think I only laughed once, but it wasn't even a boisterously loud laugh, more like a mildly amused chortle. The movie script is absolutely dire, offering predictable, easy, cheap and lazy gags that made my eyes roll rather than my sides split. From having a nursing unit's name being abbreviated to Fanny, which is British slang for vagina, to showing Hitler in the Queen's dress. There's nothing fresh or witty about this movie's selection of jokes. I get what the film is going for, I really do. Puppets being used to mock British war movies, much like how Team America utilised marionettes to satirise Hollywood action films. The weak link is in the execution. There's just nothing funny being done with the premise. For example, the film tries to parody soppy romances seen in old war movies, but it's not really got much to work with. It's so lazy that it just throws in the sound effect of a fly being unzipped at the end of a scene. Is that really your punchline movie? The movie does so little with the romance between Chris and Daisy that it becomes the very melodramatic love story that it's trying to parody. It's not even a compelling story without the laughs. To be honest, most of the movie is made up of very, very long action scenes, Chris and Daisy staring blankly into each other's eyes, and Churchill incomprehensibly monologuing through his cigar. Sure, there's a subplot about Chris discovering his Scottish roots, but the film barely touches on it. And when Chris concludes that he is a Scotsman, he doesn't really express much emotion besides, okay. The only reason why Chris is Scottish is so that the film can have this running gag about Scottish people having big hands. Which is honestly the most confusing ongoing joke in the movie. Since when was Scots known for having big hands? Where did this joke come from? I even tried to Google it to see if it was a thing, but nope, no results. It's just another example of how the film fails to be funny. The rubbish writing isn't the only thing that prevents the comedy from working though. You see, the puppets can barely move their heads, hardly animate their arms, and their facial expressions are almost unsettlingly lifeless. The slapped-on CGI effects for brow and mouth movements only make them look even creepier. Now, I would be fine with this if the film was willing to find the humour in the bad puppetry, but it's not. Team America embraced its inherently limited and wobbly puppetry. It saw how stupid or silly a marionette could look, and used the puppetry's own incompetence to give us laugh-out-loud comedy. Jackboots on Whitehall does the complete opposite. It accepts that its puppets can't do much, giving in to their limitations instead of having fun with them. Don't get me wrong, there's certainly lots of charming craftsmanship behind these puppets, and I love the work that's been put into the miniature sets too. From a design and art point of view, the movie is clearly a labour of love, but the puppetry itself is devoid of personality, life, energy or soul. It's hard to have fun with a silly puppet comedy when the puppets look so dead, bored and empty. There's only one saving grace for this movie, and that would have to be the all-star cast. I mean, holy shit! This movie features some of the best British comedians and thespians. Hugh McGregor, Timothy Spall, Richard E. Grant, Richard Griffiths, Pam Ferris, Stephen Merchant, Alan Cumming, and many others. Unfortunately, their amazing talents are wasted, because the material is so lackluster. Which is a shame because everyone sounds like they're putting in some great performances.
Who's there?
It is I, the chief of this clan. Who are you?
My name is Chris.
Chris, is it? Are you an assassin, Chris?
No, I'm a soldier from England.
A soldier from England, is it? And what did they tell you in England? That we are complete savages?
There are some that think that. But I have heard a different tale.
To conclude, Jackboots on Whitehall is certainly star-studded and very patriotic, but it falls flat as a puppet comedy. It clearly wants to be a British Team America, but doesn't understand what made Team America so funny. I can see why this movie has become obscure since its release, because, well, it's a boring waste of time to me. I've been Jamboree, and I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, then feel free to support me on my Patreon, it would be greatly appreciated. And consider going over to my official website jamboree.com for written reviews of films that I've not reviewed on this channel. Now, the next episode of Puppet Panic is going to be a season finale, which means I need to do something big. I have an idea, but I'm not going to say what it is. All I'm going to do is give you a rather large clue. Cheerio, folks.